Hey guys, my name's Marsh, and today I'm bringing you the ultimate 2004Scape money making guide. Money making in 2004Scape is very different from OSRS, so it's important that we look at all the differences. This guide will show you how to make some quick and sustainable cash, and it's friendly for both new and experienced players. Now, you may be asking, why would I need so much GP anyways? And maybe you can save up for some of these awesome rare items that you've always wanted, which is what I did by buying the Easter egg in my 2004Scape Progress series. And if rares aren't for you, you may want to save up for the best in slot 2004 gear. All the methods shown in this video have either zero or minimal requirements, and they're even good ways to make money for advanced players, so this really applies to anyone. Here I've created a map that will show new players how they can easily get to the western side of the map, which is where a lot of these methods will take place. So you'll need to get 60 GP in Lumbridge from pickpocketing men, then head over to Port Sarim, take the boat to Karamja, then head over to Brimhaven and take that boat to Ardoin, and that gives you access to the whole western side of the map. Since there's no Grand Exchange in 2004, I wanted to show you guys the market for the server, and people are posting buy and sell offers here all the time, so I recommend frequently checking this when you're trying to buy or sell certain items. And if you go to the top here, you can hit create listing and buy or sell any item in the game. And after we collect resources with the money making methods that we're going to do in this video, we can create a sell offer. For example, I just did Rune Essence here. And also I wanted to point out that these methods are not going to be AFK, but they are going to make a lot more money than the AFK methods would. I will be coming out with a video in the near future all about AFK money making methods, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's jump right into the first method for today's video. So we are here at the Grand Tree, and the first method is going to be collecting chocolate dust, which is a very common herblore secondary. You need a little starter cash for this method. I usually bring about 100k, but you could definitely do it with less. And if you don't have any money yet, you could do one of the methods later in this video and then come back to this one. I'm going to get my timer here so we can see how long one inventory takes, and let's start the run. So you can purchase these chocolate bombs and tangled toad legs, they're called, from the gnome waiter here, but they usually don't sell in the market most of the time, so we're going to trade this guy named Hudo and buy all of his chocolate bars and chocolate dust. And once we've traded him, we can run over to the east side of the Grand Tree, and we're going to trade this NPC called Heckle Funch, and we're going to buy all of his chocolate as well. And we'll have a few extra inventory slots, so we're just going to buy a couple of pineapples because they're going to be useful for making super compost in the farming update later on. So we can see that the first inventory took about 1 minute and 5 seconds, and we're going to have to hop worlds to be able to buy more, and there's a 45-second delay between world hops in 2004Scape. So each inventory takes roughly 2 minutes, meaning we can do 30 inventories in an hour. And chocolate dust currently sells for around 750 each, although it can vary at times. And we get 23 chocolate dust per inventory. So if we do the math, that's over 500k per hour. And you do have to spend a little time grinding up the chocolate bars, but really at least 400k per hour. This is a really good money making method. The only downside is there's not always a buyer for the chocolate dust, and it can be a little bit click intensive, but this is definitely a great money making method for you to throw in the mix. Now for the second method, we're at the Mage Bank in the wilderness to collect white berries, and this has absolutely no requirements besides bringing a sharp weapon to cut the web. I drew a map on screen to show you the route between the white berries and the bank, and some people prefer to telegrab them, but I think this method works just fine. I'm getting the timer up again, and then I'm going to show you guys a quick sped up clip of the full run. So as we can see, a full run of whiteberries took us about 6 minutes, which means that we can do 10 trips per hour. And with whiteberries being roughly 1,550 each, although this can fluctuate a little bit, this gives us well over 400k per hour, and is another great money-making method to throw into the mix. I like this one a lot because I can just watch a show on my other screen while I just mindlessly click on the ground where the whiteberries spawn, and it's pretty chill, honestly. On to our next money-making method now, which I showcased a little bit in one of my earlier progress videos, and that is filling vials of water in our Doin. And you'll just need a little bit of starter cash for this method, similar to buying chocolate dust at the Grand Tree. So you'll want to start in East Ardoin Bank, and then head up to the general store, buy a full inventory of empty vials, and then head over to the fountains just northeast of that store. And once you've filled up a full inventory, head back to the bank and repeat. It's pretty simple. And let's see how much we can make off this one. So a full inventory took us about 1.5 minutes or so, which means we can get about 40 inventories done per hour. And these are selling for an average of 475 GP each at the moment, so we can expect to make over 500k per hour with this method if we're being pretty efficient. The downside to this is it's probably one of the more click-intensive methods on this list, but it's clearly one of the best money-making methods. The next money-making method that I'll be sharing is picking flax and spinning it into bowstrings. We'll be doing this in Sears Village, but it can also be done at the Grand Tree. Both are pretty similar in terms of efficiency. This method doesn't require any items, but you do need 10 crafting to spin the bowstrings, which I highly recommend because you can get some free crafting XP in the process. But if you prefer to just pick the flax and bank it because it has no requirements, that's fine, and you might even make a little bit more money in the process, but personally I just prefer to get the XP at the same time. I'll show you a quick sped up version of the run, and then we'll take a look at the XP and profit per hour. So it took us about 3 minutes to do the full trip, which means we can do 20 inventories every hour. And that's about 560 bowstrings, which will give us over 8,000 crafting XP, which is really nice, especially if you're a lower crafting level. And they're selling for roughly 460 each at the moment, which gives us about 250k GP per hour. So it's not the best in terms of money per hour compared to the other methods on this list, but it's really nice that you get some bonus crafting XP, and it's nice to just switch up your money-making methods every once in a while. Alright, let's jump right into our final money-making method for today. And this is a really good one, and will provide a little bit of bonus woodcutting and fletching XP, which is always nice, especially for new accounts. This method will be heading to Drainer Manor to cut normal trees and fletch them into arrow shafts. Because in 2004Scape, normal trees are the only logs that can actually make arrow shafts, so it makes arrow shafts a really sought after item for people training fletching, and then also wanting arrows for training combat and range, and eventually Slayer. So this should be a good money making method always, and I'll show you guys how to do that now. Okay, so once you're here at Drainer Manor, and you'll just need your best axe and a knife, by the way. You'll come down to the southwest corner near this fountain, and here you can find a ton of dead trees all in a line, and you can just go all the way down and back until you have a full inventory, and then just fletch them all into arrow shafts. Again, this is super simple, but it's another good way to make money, and let's see how much we can make from it in 1 hour. It took me about 2 minutes and 25 seconds for a full inventory, and this might vary slightly depending on your woodcutting level, but that means we can do roughly 25 inventories per hour, which gives us about 10,000 arrow shafts. And they'll sell for about 30 GP each usually, and can net you 300k per hour, which is really good considering you're getting some woodcutting and fletching XP, which can be great for the early levels to get your account started. Anyways guys, that's going to wrap up my ultimate 2004Scape money making guide. I hope that you enjoyed and found some methods that you can apply to your accounts, and maybe save for that item that you've been eyeing up. If you have any questions or suggestions of other good ways to make money, make sure you drop them in the comments so others can see them as well. I know a lot of these methods were a bit click intensive, so I'll be releasing an AFK version of the Ultimate Money Making Guide in a few weeks, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And also, if you follow my progress series, a new episode will be released in the near future for that as well. I've been working on a special alt account that I'll eventually reveal, so make sure you subscribe to be ready for more RuneScape content in the future. Thanks for watching everybody, and I hope you all have a great day.